Hello and welcome to another episode of Intune.training, the place to learn how to use Microsoft Intune, the Steve and Adam and Ben show. Hey guys.
How's it going?
Hey Adam.
Hey Ben. Man.
Steve, Adam and Ben show. It's does it have the same ring?
It rolls off the tongue there.
I did think
maybe
the other day
the Adam, Ben and Steve show.
The Adam, Ben and Steve show. Yeah, the other day I was thinking we could probably do it like three guys, a pizza place and a training video.
I'm up for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Well, we're here. Let's talk about some Intune stuff before we really go off the track. You guys should really stop pre-drinking before we get started.
Pre-drinking.
We just started. All right, now Steve, you were gonna run today's little session. What are we talking about?
So we're going to talk about a new feature that Microsoft released this week. Well, in the last couple of weeks, which is the new Defender. I never can remember the name of it. It's the web protection settings. So this is where we can connect into the Siren APIs and get a web content filtering on your device. Cool. So right now you still need to you need to subscribe to Siren and get that process. And there's I think 60-day or a 90-day trial today that allows you to go in and use that and consume that. But this is think of it like web proxy that's on the client side rather than having to have all your traffic going through a central web proxy.
Nice. So basically, we can set up a proxy without having to have an appliance set up somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
100%. That's what this is. So it's really cool. So the first thing
if you're into proxying and web filtering and stuff, sure.
Look,
it's cool.
It's not something that we would ever do ourselves because we don't like doing that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
But in the organizations where we've had to have proxying, it's better to do it this way than having an appliance.
Oh, I'm yes, firmly in that camp. And I also am I think I've said this before, I'm firmly anti-third party. So I love having all our eggs in one basket. Yeah. So it's good.
Yeah. So to turn this on, it's actually pretty straightforward. We're going to go to settings. So this is the Security Center, or the, Microsoft Defender ATP portal. Mm-hmm. So securitycenter.microsoft.com. We're then going to go to advanced features, and select and make sure that the custom network indicators are turned on. If that's not turned on, when you go and subscribe to the Siren platform, it won't work. Okay. We're then going to hit Save Preferences. And that's saved. And then we're going to go back over here and go to Web Protection. And we're going to grab that partner connection needed. So we're going to connect to a partner. And you'll see here the only partner available is Siren, spelled a little bit differently than you'd normally expect, but hey, it's the IT world. What do you expect?
Makes it really easy for searching. Go Google it,
true.
Type in Siren, you'll find it, I promise.
So now you'll see that whole configuration, it does that whole linking between the two platforms. Right now I'll do 60-day trial. And then from there, I haven't looked in the costs, and I know Ben and Adam haven't because they've only just learnt about this today. But in your world, test it out, validate it, see how it works for you. But as you can see, to set it up, there's no credit cards. You're not going to get sales calls or any of that crap.
That's really
cool.
We're
going to go connect now. And it'll take a little bit to go through the process. We sign in with our awesome account, and hopefully I should get prompted to accept it for the tenant. And this is where I'll go through, and this is all it's doing is going and reading and writing integration settings for itself, as well as setting up and reading user profiles so it knows which users and groups are associated.
And it just it's fair to say, just at the outset of this, that sign in and read user profiles, the default user read policy that any AAD application that you either register yourself or use in other environments, that's always there. So
Exactly.
that's nothing too risky.
Yep. And so we're just going to accept on that, and this will go and create it and accept it on behalf of the organization. So I'll add it as an AAD registered endpoint. So this will go through the process, and then it'll prompt me to put in all my details to sign up.
While you're doing that, I'm trying to find the plans and pricing.
Me too. I'm almost there. Not really.
Yeah, look, I've found a lot about email security, which is great.
DNS security. Oh, and it just says request quote, request quote.
Yeah, okay. So look, it's interesting that they don't have them online, but it wouldn't be difficult to find that information out. You just need to have a chat.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just going to hit register on that, and hopefully it will go through. Yep.
And folks from Siren, if you're watching this, just a little thing, put some pricing out there, man. People want to know. Having to set up a quote is no fun. Just put out some ballpark numbers, approximately this.
If you want to do like the minimum pricing is going to be
something. Yeah. Is it $1 or is it $10? Like, give me a ballpark, please.
Yep. So now if we go here, we're just going to go to the settings and web filtering policies. And this takes us back to Defender ATP and Security Center. And from there, we can then start building out our web content filtering policies. Cool. So you'll see here that it'll exist underneath settings, web content filtering, and then we can add a policy. And we're going to go block search. Because I'm that admin that I don't want you to be able to search anything. Oh, no, we can't do that. All right, let's just do web-based email because
you don't want to block social networking.
Okay. Yep, that works.
Everything that we're doing here is what you should never do. If anyone's watching this and it's their job to lock down stuff, please don't do this.
We're not security guys. We just
select cults. Adult content cults. Adult content cults. Top one. Thank you.
Yeah, cults.
Hopefully this blocks Intune.training. You know, it probably will because YouTube will be classified as social networking.
Cool. So now that's there, and you'll see that we need to select a machine group. Because we haven't created a machine group, let's go and create one. If we can work that out. Configuration management. No. Just bear with me, team. I'm just going to quickly see if we can work out how to do this.
Wow, even the reviews out here say the pricing is not expensive.
If it's not expensive, just share it.
That thing I said a minute ago about the anti-third party.
I can't see where to create the groups, I'll be honest. But that's okay. Let's just assume that we've put that there. And once you've assigned that to a group, there it is, machine groups.
That'll do it.
Demo.
Will these be the same as, will these appear in our AAD groups or is it?
No.
Okay.
No, it will not, unfortunately. Starts with desktop. And it is Windows 10. And show preview. We have our computer. Awesome. I believe that's going to be mine. No user group selected. Okay. Next. Done. All users will have. Okay, that's fine. Apply changes. So we now have our demo group here. It should have one device in it.
If it's dynamic, it might take a little while. Oh, no, it's there. Cool.
So we're just going to go cancel. So I reckon if we click off and click back, it should appear with one,
there we go.
One machine in there. Cool. So now when we go back to our web content filtering and we select our block search, which is not block search anymore, and we want to do from list, and it's not there, so I don't know why that's not doing it. But now that there's a group there, it gives us the ability to say all machines in my scope, so that I have access to. So if you're an admin and you only have access to 20 devices of 200, that's all that would apply to, right. Which is really smart. Cool. So that's there now, and let's go here. Let's see. Go youtube.com. All right, we can get there, and let's just make sure that facebook.com. Cool, so we can get to those social media sites. What we're going to quickly do is restart the computer, because it will need to get the policy, and then it should pull down and apply that and block that for us. I'm pretty sure that's how it all works.
We'll find out.
So it's worth noting, I've been skimming over here on the side. It looks like there was a tech community post in January talking about this, and folks were asking about pricing and things, and someone from Microsoft responded and said that they were basically evaluating to see if they could include the content filtering as part of E5 licensing and not require any additional, hoping to provide an update by third week of April. So that was at least, so in January they were working on pricing. So the fact that it's saying 60-day trial, I don't know that it's yay or nay that we're going to pay for it or not pay for it. But they're still, as of 4/20, it says that we're working to incorporate feedback and hoping to share some updates shortly in the next 2 weeks. So it could be coming still on this particular thread. So Steve, I linked it in the chat there, and we can put it in the description below as well.
Yes, we can.
So you can probably source that thread as your primary source for information for this.
Yes. So what should be happening?
It didn't work.
Go into. Would you do it like an account sync? I know you just rebooted it.
Yeah, we'll do another. We'll do a. Because I would have thought that would be a protection sync, but yes, you might be right. Let's go here. Accounts. Oh, that one. Info. Sync.
Also, just as we're looking at this, it looks like they are actively taking feedback and suggestions in this thread as well. So the folks are responding to people's feedback here and all that stuff. So
awesome.
Nice. Cool. And all right. So what should happen is it should come up with a block. Let's see if on that page they have that information. No, it doesn't show it.
If you click through, okay, so go back up. Just in the chat, I've got it, but there's a link at the bottom of the main blog post there that takes you here. But so this is their documentation basically for it.
Oh, okay.
So.
I was hoping to show a blocked page.
One would think we would read this beforehand, but no.
No, it's always more fun to learn by doing, you know?
I think so, because this is how we do it in the real world.
Exactly.
You try it out, and then you go read the docs to figure out why didn't it work yet.
So what should be happening is, and I'll go back to my VM here, is this should be coming up with a block page to say you're not allowed to go here.
Yeah, right.
And it'll come up with just the red page saying you're not allowed to go here, and that's it. So
I really want to dive in and try and figure out why it hasn't applied.
Oh yeah, but I don't want to do that on the radio, on the podcast.
On the radio?
On the radio, man.
It doesn't make for good radio.
2 GB.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I completely understand. But we should spend some time offline to try and lock this down and then revisit, I think. Because it could be this sort of stuff is like, as you said, it's not glamorous, but it is a reality that there are organizations that have these requirements that are beyond IT, and they need to be done. They're baked into the organization, and then if we can do it without having to spin up infrastructure, it means that the rollout is a lot quicker. There's a lot less that can go wrong. And it just becomes a non-starter or a non-issue. You just configure it, and you just go, "Yep, it's done." If you guys want to change it, just let me know.
Yep.
Okay, definitely. So I'm looking at the docs here, and it basically says you have to that it applies to machine groups, and it takes the machines up to 15 minutes to apply.
So that's what it will be.
Could potentially be
just a timing thing.
So either we'll put something in the description to tell you how it all came out. Either it'll be a follow-up video or a follow-up post to tell you what we discovered. But we can at least provide some sort of information about it. Unfortunately, there is not it says how to create the policy, but there's nothing in the docs that says what to do client-side, what to look for client-side, or even how to test, it looks like.
Right.
At least in my skimming here. So
that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll just keep trying to hit that. But anyway, that's probably the quick demo that we wanted to do around that and talk about that Siren technology and how it's going to make your life easier as a web content filtering, because then you don't need to sit there and spend all of that time doing it manually.
Yeah, I think there's some value. We should definitely, if anyone from Siren sees this, should definitely try and reach out and see if we can get some pricing, even just minimal. I understand that it obviously doesn't seem to be the business model, but it could be really cool to sort of get people's interest piqued a little bit.
Definitely.
And I mean, even in the docs, people are asking those questions. And okay, so in the top of the doc, Stephen, if you want to go back there for a second, the web content filtering one. There you go. So right there at the top, it says this is a pre-released product. So there's and then the comments, someone said, "Hey, what about cost?" And they said, "Look, this is still pre-release." So in the closed comments at the bottom there's some more stuff. So folks are definitely asking these same questions, and it's nice to know folks are actually looking at this too. People are definitely digging in and trying to see. So hopefully they sort it all out and everything. Yeah, so I think that it was that top one that basically where they say that they're still looking at it.
Right, so it's not yet commercially released. So that's why they're saying call, because they're like, we can set this up. We just don't have. They basically don't have it. They haven't productized it yet. It seems.
That's right. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Okay. Yeah. So that's. I mean, it's cool. It's fine. I think the important takeaway here is that they are actively working in this space to make a solution available that's plug and play, that doesn't require, like Steve said in the beginning, an appliance and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I mean, watch the space, see what happens. I think the thing that we're continuing to see is a really heightened focus around the security in this platform in general. So the in-use compute security components are really getting beefed up. There are really lots of work going on in this area. I mean, the fact that we've got the full, the full security center, and then in another video we went through and talked about the pre-release or the preview features for the where they're grouping all the security features together. The endpoint security,
endpoint management,
but it's called endpoint. It's endpoint security, right? On the endpoint portal stuff.
Yes,
yes,
it is.
Security.
Good work.
So you talked about this in another video that you'll see probably before this one. But yeah, I mean, I think it's great that they really are working a lot heavily, very heavily in the security space, trying to provide us with these controls. And so from a larger viewpoint, the thing that I like about this is that I really feel like this is all of these solutions that are becoming available in the products are really hopefully closing those major gaps that are the concerns for organizations that say, well, I can't customize, I can't lock down, I don't have all my GPOs, I don't have control on all these devices that we're putting into the cloud, and all of these extra layers that are being that you can manage from Intune and these other portals, I think is amazing because they're really giving us the tools that people are asking for to be able to manage their devices. So
definitely,
that's my take on it anyway.
No, I agree. Cool. Well, let's wrap it up, I think. Obviously, that's how we can go through the web content filtering on the client side and watch this space. We may come back and do a revisit of it actually working. It'd be a novelty for us.
According to the docs, you did exactly what you were supposed to do.
Exactly. So. It was pretty straightforward. So it's just a timing issue will be the problem, right? And this is where you just need to test it in your environment. Probably the big thing to call out is that there is that E5 requirement to get access to the Defender ATP. And look, it's worth it once you start breaking into all of these separate components. Cool. So where can we find you guys?
I don't know if but I just dropped out for the last minute, so I don't know what you were saying and summarizing there. So if it was important, you may want to restate. And I'm probably dropping again. I don't know, but we can just hurry up and wrap this up because I'm losing connectivity. Look at the box. Find us below. See you later.
But basically, I was just calling out that this is an E5 license requirement, and it's well worth looking at and testing it out. And look, it was more than likely just a timing issue from our end, as we didn't do full testing, as we always do for all of our demos. Always test everything.
Exactly.
Yes. And cool. So where can we find you guys?
In the box below. Yeah.
Okay.
Just go down there.
It's all in the box below. Yeah, it's exhausting talking about that stuff. Always there.
Nobody makes it this far anyway. Come on.
Exactly.
Maybe they do.
Yeah.
They might this time.
All right. Well, maybe subscribe and like and ring that bell or whatever the heck people say and do all that. Yeah. See you guys later.
Bye, guys.